Hello, and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast.
With your hosts, Brandon and Sarah. This is the ASMR chapter, ASMR episode.
As you can tell by the title, I'm sure.
Maybe. So yeah, Brandon wanted to talk about ASMR because it's a... You just look like someone who's on a serious radio show, like ponderously, profoundly nodding your head. Because he believes it is a much maligned and mocked area of YouTube. I mean, I'm sure there's thousands upon thousands of ASMR videos and creators, potentially.
Yeah.
So, ASMR is the autonomous sensory meridian response. A relaxing, often, is it sedative? I mocked you earlier.
Apparently. I mean, yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Sedative sensation that begins on the scalp and moves down the body. Oh, so it is specifically like tingles. Also known as brain massage, it's triggered by placid sights and sounds such as whispers, accents, and crackles. But yeah, Brandon was saying that a lot of YouTubers make fun of it because it seems kind of silly. And if you've seen it, you know, maybe you see people holding things up to a microphone and crinkling them or clacking them together or like whispering, and it can seem kind of silly.
Eating right up against the mic. Mm-hmm. You know, just eating a cheeseburger or something.
Mm-hmm. So I just pulled this definition off of Wikipedia. So it says, sometimes ASMR is a tingling sensation that, you know, on the scalp and whatever. But I guess that's not always. A pleasant form of paresthesia. It has been compared with auditory tactile synesthesia and may overlap with frisson, which I had to look up all these things. Paresthesia is an abnormal sensation of the skin, tingling, prickling, chilling, burning, numbness with no apparent physical cause.
Like when you hear a good song or something?
Mm-hmm. Or a specific person's voice.
Oh, you get that?
No, but my ex talked about getting that sometimes. Like, he said he was talking to a guy once who just had like a very soothing demeanor. Mm-hmm. And he said
like
he was...
Fran.
Yeah, totally. And he said he got chills like in his head. Anyway, let's see. So,
paresthesia, you were explaining the words.
Maybe
when compared
transient?
to auditory tactile synesthesia and may overlap with frisson.
You are reading the thing I already read. You are really bad at reading.
No, I'm reading the words that you were going to explain what they were, but I was reiterating it. Jiminy fucking Christmas.
I was on this. Paresthesia. I was moving on.
Oh, I
had already moved on to that.
But you had only explained what paresthesia was. You didn't explain what...
Yeah, I wasn't done with it. Paresthesia goes here as well.
Okay.
Anyway, it's usually painless and can occur anywhere on the body, but most commonly occur in the arms and legs. Oh yeah, see, I sometimes get chills in my legs. Like I was watching one last night and I got a chill down my left leg, down my left, like, outside thigh. Oh, the most familiar kind of paresthesia is the sensation known as pins and needles after having a limb fall asleep. A less well-known and uncommon but important... Oh, I thought that said fornication. Is formication the sensation of insects crawling on the skin? Ooh.
Formication? Mm-hmm. Oh, this formication is driving me crazy.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't say, it feels like insects crawling on my skin.
So, like, if you have sex while you have crabs, it's fornication?
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm sorry.
No, don't ever apologize for just, trying something new.
How fucking rude. Let's move on.
Okay. Synesthesia, which I've heard of as kind of being related to, like, people associate things that aren't normally associated. Like, my violin teacher, her and her sister both have it. So I guess it can be or is genetic. And she said the way she found out that she had it was she asked her husband, what color is your Wednesday? And he looked at her like she was an alien.
That is something an alien would probably say.
Or they'd say...
And what does that mean? What color is your Wednesday?
I sound surprisingly like a chicken. It makes me think of the Boy George song. Colors just like my dream, red, gold, and green.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No, I was trying to remember that song. I wasn't insulting you. Yet.
Anyway, is a perceptual phenomenon in which stimulation of one sensory or cognitive pathway leads to involuntary experiences in a second sensory or cognitive pathway. So you might see, like, people see musical notes as colors or numbers as colors. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is colors associated with other
So
things,
when they think of a number or something or a day, they picture a color in their brain?
I mean, that's just one example. So I don't have like that. I'm not sure if I have synesthesia, but I do have very strong associations.
What is the point of it, though? So if you ask someone...
The point of it just occurs. It's just like a brain thing that occurs in certain people.
What color is your Wednesday?
She just had colors for like every day of the week or something. Or she sees music as colors or... Can't some people obtain that from doing certain psychedelic drugs? Probably. I don't know if it would stick with you after the drugs wear off. And I think people, like, I do stuff like that kind of, I think, for learning. When I learn or I remember certain things a certain way.
You do psychedelics for learning?
Yeah. You bitch. That was for earlier when I said don't be afraid of trying new things, and you were really hurt by that. So you've been waiting all this time. Anyway, just having a very visual, tying things to association.
Yes.
But I don't know if it rises to the level of synesthesia. Anyway, it's really interesting. And then frisson, I think is how you say it.
Frisson.
Oh, French for shiver, also known as aesthetic chills or musical chills, a psychophysiological response to rewarding auditory and or visual stimuli, blah, 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 blah. So you I've noticed ever since... It's really good.
Sorry. I just had to get...
You had to get it out.
Go ahead.
I noticed ever since we've been together, which is 5 or 6 years? I don't really remember. Mm-hmm. It's just a blur because it's been blissful. Is that you will sometimes just be sitting there and you'll just shiver. Mm-hmm. But definitely if I touch you, like if I start to tickle your neck even a little bit, is you'll shiver. And sometimes you'll do it more than once, whereas like if I'm going to do a shiver, I do it once and then that's like it for me in that sitting. But you kind of do it a lot. So I don't know if that is related or just because you're kind of sensitive to stimuli.
Yeah, maybe.
Nice contribution. So,
sorry.
When did you discover ASMR?
So I didn't know what it was, but when I was little, I used to really enjoy watching people draw, like kind of weirdly.
Like you get off on it?
Like I'd kind of get off on it, but not...
Like you come a little in your panties?
In my panties? No, I would not get off sexually, but I would like enjoy it like too much in a way.
When you say that,
you know what I'm saying?
Can't help but be like, "What? Why is it too much?" You just say you really, really enjoyed it.
I really, really enjoyed it. And like to the point where, some people might think it was weird. And I think that's why...
Is it because like your head would fall back and your mouth would fall open and your eyes would roll back into the back of your head? Or like why would people think it's weird? Like what are you doing? Like,
I don't think anybody would think it's weird. I'm just basically saying of how people think generally maybe of the ASMR community.
Okay. Of
them being a bit strange. Mm-hmm.
But you would just like fall asleep, or you'd kind of go.
It's sort of like a trance.
Okay.
Let me talk. Gosh.
I'm just trying to get you to talk in non-sexual terms about ASMR and your experience.
Okay. So.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kind of. Okay. So kind of trance-like is how I would describe it.
Okay. So like a little bit catatonic.
Probably.
Like, I don't know what a trance looks like if you're just like...
Kind of zoned out.
Okay.
I mean, like when you catch me like staring off at the wall or something. Kind of like that. But at somebody doing something.
If your animals do that, they have like a neurological disorder. So I don't need to be concerned is what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But also...
The fuck are you doing, Charles?
Oh, yeah, sure. That was Charles.
It was too far away to be my butt.
Okay. Well, also Bob Ross when I was little, I used to watch Bob Ross. I'd come home from school or watch it on the weekends and just lay on the carpet and just watch him and like fall asleep. And I didn't know ASMR. Why can't I say it? I didn't know ASMR was a thing until I was like in my 20s.
I definitely found his stuff satisfying, which I think is a word. Like one of my coworkers, her kids were watching these videos, and they'll have these like compilations of like rolling the sheets of ice cream off of the sheets of ice cream,
Yeah,
like when they roll a certain way, or chopping things, or like mechanized, factory repetitive things, and they just will find them satisfying. And I feel like that's a word that people will use not realizing that possibly you're watching an ASMR video, because it's like satisfying and you're like, oh my gosh, like it's so nice, so what's your favorite? That's what I was gonna say, is because when I used to watch Bob Ross, I found his demeanor kind of boring. Like I just wanted more. I usually like wanted cartoons, but I did understand like
the draw, the appeal,
or just watching people draw who were good at it. I mean, usually if you're on TV, you were good at it.
I think even if you're not good at it, because there are some ASMR people that will just draw and they're not artists or and they will just draw whatever, and I'm just like, this is nice.
I don't think I'd be into that unless they were good at it, because I think part of it is like the confident strokes and swooshes, but if it's also the sound of it on the parchment or paper or whatever, it's like I get that.
Yeah,
like the scritchy.
I don't care about skill level.
Interesting.
It's just
as
fun
an artist, that's
and
very
nice
interesting
to watch.
Okay. So what's your favorite ASMR to watch? Would I say what's your trigger? What's your favorite trigger? How would I word that?
I don't know. I have a lot of different triggers.
Charlie hacking up a hairball?
But I was I came across, yes, absolutely.
Getting the tingles?
Mm-hmm.
The fuzzy tingle time?
That's nice, yeah. Cough up more hairballs, Chuck.
So satisfying.
Oh, you're putting me to sleep. There he goes.
I'm going to send you outside. Stop it. Yeesh.
I wonder if it's even being picked up.
Oh, and it just, okay, I'll pretend it's not happening.
I really like light triggers, which is weird. I came across them when I was just watching a compilation. It was just a bunch of different triggers that somebody was doing. And they started like swiping a flashlight across the screen, basically like blinding you with a flashlight. And weirdly, I was like, this is nice. When normally in real life, in
when
nature,
I do it, he gets fucking annoyed.
In nature,
like, thanks a lot. Go ahead.
In nature, whenever I've been blinded with a flashlight, I've been like, Jesus, can you not do that?
That's a really nice, reenactment compared to how you normally do it.
Yeah.
What did you like before that? Before you got into the light stuff, what are some of the other ones that you have watched a lot?
Drawing, brushing
like the microphone, or I really like. We'll put some links to our favorite people maybe in the description, because there's a lot out there. I like a lady, ASMR Magic, and there's one I just found, ASMR Bakery, and they both have nails, and I really like nails.
Most
tapping.
people have nails.
Fuck off. They have long nails and colored nails, and they like have like the colors are like changed with a lot of the videos, and they'll be tapping or brushing them on stuff, or like having like textured plastic surfaces, which I really like, the nails softly tapping on plastic, even just like a phone. I like foam. They'll use like hair styling foam or shaving foam.
Oh, yeah.
And then like touch it softly, and they'll have like plastic over the mic. I like that.
And you'll hear the little popping bubbles. Like,
yeah. One that I didn't realize, am I saying it right? Is it binaural or binaural?
I don't know. I think you could probably just call it binaural.
Okay. But I think that's 2 ears?
Two mics.
2, okay. And I didn't realize...
It gives it a 3D effect, because one mic is for one ear and the other is for the other ear.
Yeah, and they'll like move whatever they're doing, like tapping or rubbing kind of from one ear to the other. And I didn't realize. I think that specifically is a trigger for me, and stuff that I didn't really think was going to be a trigger. Like one of the girls was rubbing her nails over like this textured like plastic, these like plastic wine glasses.
That was a weird
It
sucky
was.
noise.
I think I get a little
Wine
bit.
glasses?
I think I get a little bit tense or nervous, even though it's just us, and it
You should
makes
be nervous.
my mouth work not good. Anyway, so she was like tapping from one glass to the other, and they were kind of, one was near each of the ears, and I started to get like a, not a tingle, and I think I'm still searching for my tingle making thing, because what I get is like a pre-tingle, which feels to me like when you feel a sneeze coming on and then it doesn't actually come out, and it's a little bit frustrating.
Well, I mean, nothing's supposed to happen. Your brain, you know,
But I feel like
your brain doesn't jizz or anything. So,
Yes, I know that.
okay.
But I feel like when that kind of builds up,
Can you say jizz? Are you going to have to bleep that?
I don't know. But thanks. Now I have another chore.
I'm sorry.
Well, I did refer to you coming when you were watching Bob Ross or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look that up. But I am sort of waiting for a shiver, which I think would kind of exorcise that potential
Demon?
energy. Mm-hmm. Not the demon. There is no demon. But yeah, you know, like a sneeze. Like it's, even when the
some
sensation
release.
of sneezing goes away, you're just like pissed off. Get it out.
Okay.
So yeah, I like those. But another one that you showed me that was kind of funny, but I did like it, was the,
I'm sorry.
not the burping.
I hate how I get gassy out of nowhere.
Yeah, when like you're kissing me or we're recording.
Yeah. You do it too, though. You
No.
freak.
Sorry.
Yeah, get off of me.
The mini archaeological dig, the like fake.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I think that's like made in France ASMR.
Oh.
He does like little excavations. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Or the people doing the little Zen gardens. Those are really nice too.
Little tiny ones.
But yeah, I think the nail tapping, I really like that. And the foam stuff. I don't know, there's so many I didn't even till you kind of said some of the other stuff like the light flashing. I didn't realize how many are out there.
Yeah, and if you get into ASMR, if you start looking at videos, you know, you may hate one thing or like another, and it's completely kind of random. Mm-hmm. I mean, not random, but
Your response to it.
You don't
Your
choose
trigger.
what you like, and just because a bunch of people like one thing doesn't mean you'll like it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the food eating. I hate listening to people eat.
Yeah.
I can't
He hates
even
listening to himself eat.
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
even fucking eat, you know, a sandwich or something in silence because I'm just hearing my
Yeah.
it,
Work on not eating like an ape. If
but you know what I'm saying. So I don't know why it irritates me so much. I probably should get a handle on it.
How would
and
you do that?
I
Go
don't
to
even
therapy?
know. Maybe.
Cognitive behavioral
Why
therapy.
do I get so angry when I hear people eat?
Well, it is a little bit awkward when, on the rare occasions when your parents come to our place, like in Katati, they came a few times, and you'd like turn the TV on, and I'm like, can we just have a break? And you're like, it's just the eating sounds. And I'm like, okay, so we have to have like YouTube videos going on in the background while we're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, I've always, I don't know, because when I was growing up, we would fairly often have dinners at the table, and it's just one of those things, you know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of those triggers that I don't understand why I have it, and I don't understand how to fix it, and it's such a petty, stupid little thing. But like when I hear my dad eat, and he's like
Doing the heavy breathing through the nose, like.
breathing through the nose and chewing, and it's like, oh.
So what would make you
Or
find
anybody
that pleasant?
eating, really.
Okay, but didn't you just say you liked ASMR videos where people are eating? Why is that different?
No, I never said that.
I thought you said you
I
were
said-
interested in.
No, I said some people like them. Actually, I think a lot of people like them.
Oh, I
But-
thought you said you didn't mind those, or you.
I don't think I did.
Okay, I'll play the tape back later.
I don't mind certain mouth sounds, like with talking and stuff.
okay.
But with eating, for some reason, it irritates me. But I think that's how it is for everybody. You know, just because a bunch of people like one thing doesn't mean that you'll like it.
Yeah, And they have good videos, like the two people I mentioned, ASMR Magic and ASMR Bakery. They have like compilation or like preview videos where they have like them marked off in sections and even labeled, and they show a bunch either from videos they've done, or they like just do them so that you can kind of experiment with what might give you tingles or just give you satisfaction. And you might ask, what is the point of it? And it helps anxiety and sleep. So if you like, I know Brandon sometimes, especially during like the election time and just the peak of the Trump bullshit, which was basically all the 4 years, but especially as we approached.
But we're not going to get into that because.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I think you would get onto the socials and kind of see what some of the crazies were saying and maybe get into it, find how not productive that was, and be stressed, and then go, I need to listen to an ASMR or watch an ASMR to like decompress, de-stress, de-anxiety.
Well, it generally just helps if you find yourself awake, in the middle of the night and just like thinking about work, thinking about this thing you need to do, worrying about anything really. If you catch yourself doing that, check out an ASMR video and see if it helps you. Try a few different types of videos and see if they help, because they help me. They kind of put me into a trance, help me flush my brain, and then just help me go to sleep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think, why do you think some big YouTubers, like, I mean, apart from just ignorance of what it is, what do you think that most people think it is?
I think it's just easy to poke fun at, because people see these famous ASMR people with, eating videos where they're just like macking down on a whole,
Subway sandwich.
Yeah, or anything. Really, there are so many.
I might have to try some of the eating ones.
Just to desensitize yourself to it. That could be a way I could deal with it.
Yeah, that's true.
I could work on my irritation towards it, although it might just make me insane.
Is that like exposure therapy? Like you start very small.
Exposure therapy, yeah, I might need to do that like through guided professional ways and not just exposing myself to it and kind of torturing myself.
Well, I mean, like finding someone, and maybe you can search like mild eating sounds, or pick a food that would be less like.
I think it's weirdly
noisy.
just like the breathing and the chewing combined. I think make me like.
It's weird because the amount of Rhett and Link videos we've watched, and Rhett is kind of like a heavy breathing eater, and he like gets really into the eating. And for some reason, watching him eat is very enjoyable, because I really think he really looks like he's enjoying.
I think because there's not
eating.
silence.
Okay.
There's not just this long silence like you have with a meal. If you're with family and you've talked about all kinds of stuff, and then you're sitting down to eat, and it's just like 20 minutes or something of just silence and eating sounds, and it's like, what is this torture? Just put some music on, or like a TV show in the background.
See, I'm thinking this is another channel that we could have, because
and it's such a like pampered fucking complaint to have, but I don't know why it irritates me so much.
Well, I think you're just very sensitive. I mean, you're kind of auditorily sensitive. And what's the nose version of that? Smellatorily sensitive.
Yeah, but I think you're kind of like smell dead. No offense.
Smell dead inside?
I mean, no offense.
I just mean like, but sometimes when I laugh at a video, and you'll be like,
we'll be in the car
and loud, and I'm like, we're inside, there's no one else here.
So we'll be in the car, and Chuck will be just going to town licking his own ass, and I'll be like, it stinks like shit in here. And I'll turn around and see Chuck, and I'll be like, you can't smell that? And you'll be like, no.
Yeah.
So maybe I should
smells like dog.
Maybe I should start like cutting sneaky, cutting the cheese sneakily around you to see if you know.
I can smell that. It might just be that I'm desensitized because I like kind of certain dog smells, and I'm used to the smell of my dog.
Okay.
He's my little guy. But I have never
But his
smelled that.
butt is a different story.
You just have a highly attuned sense of butt smells.
I'm sorry,
I
but
guess.
if
I'm not saying you have to
if
apologize
it
for
smells
it.
like poop, I'm not actually apologizing for it. It's one of those like,
I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry, but come on.
Sorry, not sorry. Gotcha. So I had a friend.
Cool.
I had a friend, or I should say former coworker, who I'm not in touch with really, and I kind of wish I was, because I would say maybe you need to try ASMR of people eating, because one time we were walking from work to our local deli, and like just a group of us, and my favorite thing ever is lime lays. I might need to go out and get some tonight. And I, of course, could not wait till we got back to the office. So I just like had my bag of like my sandwich and my chips or whatever open. And I was just like putting handfuls of Lay's in my mouth as we were walking, just being a little piggy. And I was like chewing. And she was like, there's something really satisfying about watching you eat. And I don't know if she like was complimenting my mouth, or that was just like her thing, was like watching people eat. And I felt like I was trying to be clean about it, because I was in a group of people and I was out in public. So maybe if I had eaten like I normally do, which is just shoving, but she was like, there's something very like attractive about watching you eat. And now I feel like maybe I should do that.
Maybe she was just into you.
And she'd be my first subscriber.
But
I never got that impression.
But they are, I assume that they're popular for a reason.
Yeah.
I think you can look up ASMR eating, and there will probably be like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on them.
We could try it. We could try that as our second channel. Like just set up a nice little, maybe we really need to work on doing like a better studio, and then just give me different things to eat. Starting with lime lays. But to be fair, she used to be over there in her cube, and our cubes were kitty corner at the time. And so I couldn't ever see her, but she would have like some kind of crackers and things, and she would pull out a bag and like be eating stuff, and I would hear her crunching, and I was never annoyed by it, and it didn't go on too long. But I think it was partly because I just wanted what she had, because it sounded really good. Like just crunch, crunch, crunch.
We should make a channel of just difficult to eat foods, ASMR. So you'd have like a giant jawbreaker and like...
We basically did ASMR when you ate that fireball.
A candied apple. And like just things that are just not, cumbersome, difficult foods to eat.
What else is difficult to eat?
So many things.
Tacos. Taco Bell tacos.
Yeah.
That's a good excuse for me to have some Taco Bell tacos, which I love. Yeah, hard shell for sure.
Hard shell tacos.
Or just fish tacos from like a regular Mexican restaurant, and they're just open faced, and then you try to like hold them and they just go everywhere. But yeah, you had that fireball. That's what we should tag that as ASMR. I might have even.
What about that kind of mayonnaise covered corn, that like Mexican style?
Actually, I've never had it. Yeah. I said but now it sounds kind of
I feel like that would be hard to eat.
It would just be messy.
Yeah, you'd get mayonnaise all over yourself. Let's see.
That would probably be appealing to some people on a different level.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Jello? Like
Jello's easy.
Well, it's easy, but it's not super easy. Oh, I was thinking about the Jello with chopsticks, people.
Yeah.
What else? I think you're onto something here. Maybe we should.
That channel probably already exists, to be honest.
Someone's gonna steal our idea.
Well, we better make it. Make it tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, let us know if you have tried ASMR, or you should try ASMR if you haven't already, and it'd be cool to see what you guys think, and maybe what your favorites are that might be very different from ours. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you leave a rate and or a review on Apple, Spotify, any of those platforms.
If you listen to any of those.
Yeah, that would be very helpful to us. Thanks in advance for your cooperation.
For your cooperation.